one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. Now the 2-1. Line drive to base hit. Just as the score of the tying run. Green to the plate. And he is safe. Safe at the plate. The Braves go to the World Series.
Have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baselines that sat when they were children and cheered their heroes.
Gibson swings and a fly ball to deep right field. This is going to be a home run. Unbelievable!
A three-run home run for Bucky Dent. The Yankees now lead it by a score of 3-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mazeroski has hit a 1-0 pitch over the left field fence at Ford Field to win the 1960 World Series.
They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children, longing for the past.
The Pope arrived at Yankee Stadium. As one enthusiastic announcer put it, he is standing on second base.
Reggie Jackson. Long drive right field. It is goodbye. Big World Series for Reggie.
The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run.
Brackett throws. There's a left back. It's going to be, I believe, the Giants from the pennant. The Giants from the pennant. The Giants from the pennant.
The 0-1 pitch. A liner off Nagy's glove into center field. The Florida Marlins have won the World Series.
The memories will be so thick, you'll have to brush them away from their faces.
The 1-0 delivery to Fisk. He swings. Long drive. Left field. If it stays fair, it's gone. Home run. The Red Sox win. And the series is...
Lolich fires. Ball is hit high in the air. This should be the series. Freehand waving everybody away in foul territory. Detroit wins. Here's the pitch to Willie. There's a liner straight to Richardson. The ball game is over and the World Series is over. Willie McCovey hit it like a bullet. A line drive right.
Baseball to mark the time.
The Oakland A's take.
I'll tell you what, we're having an earth.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Candlestick Park for Game 3 of the 1989 World Series.
It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again.
Frank Robinson, the right-hand batter.
Long drive to left field. Way back. Just hits it back.
Base hit loaded, one out. Pena in a chance. The Twins are going to win the World Series. The Twins have won it.
Ozzie with one out. Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run. And the
Willie Mays just brought this crowd to its feet with a catch, which must have been an optical illusion to a lot of people.
This field, this game, is a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again.
Broadcasted live.
Hey! Who wants to have some fun?
There are balls coming from all over the place. Left field, center field, right field. See, this is the kind of thing, quite honestly, right now, that makes you want to see the Chicago Cubs team lose.
Now, are you just saying you want to have fun, or do you really want to have fun?
It'll be fun.
Will the next person that sees anybody throw anything onto this field, point them out, or get them out of here? You don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
That is the farthest thing in the universe from the truth.
Hello, everyone, live. It's the Dan Scott Show. And right there is your host, Dan Scott.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this Thursday edition of the program. I am Dan Scott. Good to have you with us. It's the last of the weekly editions of the show. Beginning on Monday, we go back to an everyday annoyance of your lives from 10 until 11 a.m. We think we got a good one for you today to close out things. It's going to be an American Ninja Warrior type of day. Here on the Dan Scott Show, we have Bootie Cothran in studio with us, and then the host of American Ninja Warrior, Matt Iseman, will be joining us via phone at about 10:25 our time. He'll be joining Bootie and I as we sit here and talk about the amazing run that Bootie has experienced here. The Bootie bandwagon is gaining more and more followers and riders by the day. As he has advanced to Las Vegas to the national finals for the first time ever and has done so at age 49. Is that right? 49. Yeah, I mean, it helps that he only weighs about 12 pounds. But still, 49 years old. It's an incredible story. Has gotten a lot of play on the national television broadcast, and we're going to have some fun with him in studio here in just a little bit. And, of course, as mentioned, Matt Iseman, the host of American Ninja Warrior, will be joining us via phone at 10:25. It has been a very interesting week here on Furman's campus. Not nearly as interesting and as tumultuous as things have turned up in the last 24 hours on Ohio State's campus. Here at Furman, the big news has been the departure of Connor Shaw after just 5 months on Clay Hendricks' staff. He was hired as the tight ends coach in January. He left this week to pursue an opportunity in private business, and in his stead, Drew Duke was hired to take over, and we believe that Drew is the youngest Division I position coach in the entire country. And by the way, the young man works incredibly hard. He's been, I think, a student coach, student assistant here for about 3 years now. He has just been doing a phenomenal job there. So excited to get to see him get this opportunity here on campus. His father, Todd Duke, works here on campus. So I know how proud he is, and we're all looking forward to seeing how well Drew Duke does in that position. As far as Connor goes, I saw a story in the Charlotte Observer yesterday that went into at least some kind of an explanation. Apparently, whatever this private business venture is, and Connor did not name it in the story, But whatever the private business venture is something that he hoped to be able to do simultaneously with his tight end coaching duties here at Furman. But because that was taking up more of his time, he felt he had to make the decision that would be best for his family. So on Tuesday of this week, he offered his resignation to Clay Hendricks, opening up the spot, and Drew Duke was named as the new tight ends coach. So for Connor Shaw, he was only here for 5 months, but man, did he make an impact on the recruiting trail. We wish him nothing but the best of luck. He was our guest in here just 2 weeks ago. I had a phenomenal visit with him over the course of about 30 minutes, which is archived. You can go back and watch that. It's kind of one of the last official things that he did. I hope I'm not a career killer, Bootie. I hope that you doing this interview in a few moments is not going to be the last thing that you do from a Ninja Warrior standpoint. Yeah, if it is, then maybe we've got an issue. No, but in all seriousness, we appreciate what Connor did, and looking forward to seeing how Drew Duke. I want to call him Drew Duke settles in to the role as a tight ends coach. It's going to be one of those days, folks. Can you tell? In any event, we're happy to have you with us. It has just been a brutal week weather-wise, and continues to be outside here in the upstate of South Carolina as the rain just continues to fall. And we have flash flood warnings all over the place. So I'll just implore you, if you're going out later today, please be careful. Some of the smaller little creeks and streams can start to overflow their banks, and the next thing you know, you've got some major problems. Something that doesn't look like much can end up being a big, big deal. So don't take any chances when it comes to crossing water in the road and things of those things like that. But in any event, it's nice and dry here in the studio, and we're ready to have some fun over the course of the next hour. We'll get a chance to delve into the Ohio State thing next week when we start into the weekly shows, and by then, or the daily shows rather, and by then we may have a better idea of Urban Meyer's future. He right now is on paid administrative leave, which I saw yesterday means that he's still getting paid what amounts to $23,000 a day to not do his job at the moment at The Ohio State University. But all of this stems, of course, from a report yesterday by, for lack of a better term, an unemployed reporter, Brett McMurphy, who was let go by ESPN about a year ago and has been just continuing to work and file stories from his Facebook page. He is the one who broke the story that Urban Meyer had indeed knowledge of domestic violence accusations against his former tight ends coach. I think the guy's name is Zach White. So he has denied that he knew anything about it. Well, McMurphy uncovered text messages from the lady who was the former wife of the Ohio State tight ends coach, who has filed the charges or has accused him of the domestic violence. Text messages between her and Urban Meyer's wife acknowledging what was going on. And so the reasoning goes, if Urban Meyer's wife knew, then Urban Meyer knew. And when that story came out yesterday, it wasn't long before Ohio State put Urban Meyer on paid administrative leave. If he withheld that kind of information, if he knew of those allegations and did not report them to his superiors, then not only was he in violation of school policy at Ohio State, he was in violation of federal law under the Title IX Act. So Urban Meyer's coaching tenure at Ohio State and maybe his coaching career is very much hanging in the balance right now, pending an internal investigation by the administration at Ohio State. I will just say this. We live in a day and age right now when those things can no longer be swept under the rug. There are so many examples out there just in the last handful of years of people who've tried to cover up things and ended up losing their jobs because of it. I'm talking about in the NCAA coaching circles. Hugh Freeze at Ole Miss, Rick Pitino at Louisville, just to name a couple that come off the top of the head. There's a greater good out there if you, no matter your position at a university or any organization, if you know of something like that going on or has been alleged, you have a duty to report it. It's simple. It's not that hard to grasp. And if these reports are true and Urban Meyer did not report it, then obviously, as I said, he is in a whole heap of trouble, and that's apparently where we're headed with this right now. The other thing is, I found it very interesting that it took ESPN 4 hours to acknowledge the story that was broken by one of their former employees that they let go. It was on the surface, and I'll say it that way, on the surface, it was a case of really petty jealousy by the decision makers at ESPN to not acknowledge that story for 4 hours. And we live in an instantaneous world now. 4 hours in today's news breaking cycle would be like waiting until the next edition of the newspaper came out in the pre-internet era. Okay, that is how quickly things have come together, how small time has shrunk when it comes to the news cycle now. So ESPN is getting beat up this morning as well, and on some levels, I don't think that's a bad thing. The show is brought to you each and every day by our friends at Carolina Creative Group. When my show needed a creative technology boost, I turned to Randy Looper and the folks at Carolina Creative. My custom design website, which has been up for a week now, will take marketing as well as brand strategy and development to new levels. The search engine optimization means that my clients' ads will be seen by more people more often. And if I have questions, Carolina Creative Group is just a phone call away. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Find out all the ways Carolina Creative Group can help your business by calling 864-250-2012. That's 864-250-2012. Or visit them online at carolinacreative.co. carolinacreative.co. You see their logo and their tagline. Not just simple, simply brilliant. That is Carolina Creative. All right, when we come back, you see it, Bootie Cothran in studio. He'll be joining us live on the other side. Dan Scott Show continues in just a moment.
Holding, number 79, defense, first down. I'm also holding a party tonight.
Great call by the official. Looks like we've got another flag on the field.
Holding, a Pepsi. Necessary refreshment.
Hey, Ted, bring some of that Pepsi to my party.
Pepsi and the NFL. Welcome to the Fun Doesn't End Zone.
When the Furman baseball team goes on the road, it travels safely, comfortably, and with the latest technology with Jeans Tours and Charters. Jeans has been a Furman favorite for decades and has serviced Furman baseball for over 20 years. Take it from head coach Brett Harker. Book your next road trip with Jeans. Jeans Tours and Charters online at jeansbussvc.com or call 864-242-1673. Jeans Tours and Charters, servicing the upstate since 1980.
If you've been sidelined by an injury, the St. Francis Sports Medicine team is here 24/7 to get you back on the field. Our highly trained network of physicians, athletic trainers, and physical therapists treat all types of sports-related injuries, even those that don't occur from playing a sport. Call the St. Francis Hurt Line at 675-HURT for priority appointments or at-home advice. Again, that's 675-HURT.
Let me tell you something, Cowboy. This rookie can really bring the heat.
He's smoky and spicy with a Chipotle style all his own.
It's a new Montgomery Inn Chipotle barbecue sauce. Make it a part of your home team.
Available now at your neighborhood grocer or online at CincyFavorites.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. I am Dan Scott. Good to have you with us on this Thursday edition of the program. A couple of things I want to tell you, first of all, about my friends at Custom Corners Frame Shop and my buddy Trevor Lay, the owner. You see his logo there on the screen now. You're looking for the perfect frame for that special photo or painting. The Custom Corners Frame Shop in Seneca delivers for you. Family owned for nearly 4 decades. Trevor and the folks there at Custom Corners Frame Shop pride themselves on quality, presentation, and professionalism. They offer picture framing for every budget. Every job is custom. Custom Corners Frame Shop also sells work from local artists as well as locally themed gifts. For more info, visit them at 289 Market Street in Seneca, or you can call 864-882-7736. They are on Facebook as well. Custom Corners Frame Shop in Seneca. Hello, Bootie Cothran.
Hello, Dan Scott.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I want to remind folks of one other thing. Coming up here in just a few minutes, I hold in my hand a pair of tickets to see Sister Hazel at the Peace Center. I guess it's outside the TD stage tomorrow at 8 p.m., and we're going to be announcing the winner of those tickets coming up here in just a bit. And our next giveaway will actually be Monday, and then the next 3 subsequent Mondays after that. But this coming Monday's giveaway will be a $100 gift card to Cabela's for all of you who are of the outdoor persuasion. You like
all
that?
Of that are very prized.
You probably need a little more room there, don't you?
Oh, that works.
Yeah. And then later on we have some other things, including another set of concert tickets on August 30th to go see the Marshall Tucker Band.
Man, you got it all, Dan.
Well, I don't know if I've got it all, but what I've got, I'm giving away. How about that?
That's what it's about.
So, Viva Las Vegas, huh?
Viva Las Vegas, baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was incredible.
Yeah.
It's a fun secret to have to hold on for a while.
Yeah.
Baby.
Now, when you were last in here, I guess, in June?
Yeah, I think so. Right after
the city qualifier.
Yeah.
You were appropriately sly with your comments. You did not give away any government secrets.
Yeah.
Boy, it turned out to be a great time for you, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was incredible. I mean, I've always, ever since I started this whole journey 5 years ago, that's the goal, is to get there to compete at the highest level, the national stage and national finals. And man, it was just incredible to be there, to get there, and have all that hard work pay off.
How was the watch party?
Oh, it was fantastic. We had about 100 or more people there, and it was great. Last time the qualifiers, I was the first one aired on the show there, and so the party kind of whittled down there to the end of that one,
yeah.
But this one, they teased everybody and kind of held it out till almost the end. So it was great.
And did another little profile of you. Furman got a little camera time.
A little bit. That Furman got a lot, man. That was great. I loved it. I loved it for Furman. I loved it for me. It was fantastic. Yeah.
And our buddy, former strength coach David Abernathy, was shown, I guess, working with you a little bit too, right?
And Bratton was in there. Bratton was throwing some balls, and we had a great time that day. And I've kind of been holding that down and keeping that secret, not posting a whole lot about that, knowing that they might use that angle. So it was a lot of fun to get over here and do that. I've always wanted to be on the football field scoring touchdowns for Furman, and it's never going to happen in an official sense. But that was as close as I can get. That's great.
For people who don't know and we try to talk about this every time Bootie's on. This is I guess the second year we've kind of done these interviews with you, but the city qualifier and the city finals are actually run on back-to-back nights. So this all happened back in April.
Yeah. April 13th was the qualifying night, and then the next night we do the finals. And it's a back-to-back thing, and you'd like a little bit more rest in between, but it's not going to happen.
Incidentally, coming up here in just a very few minutes, if things go according to plan, the host of American Ninja Warrior, Matt Iseman, is going to be joining us via phone when we come back from the break we'll be taking here in just a moment, and get his thoughts on the Bootie bandwagon, as well as this cultural phenomenon that American Ninja Warrior has become. I mean, this is what season?
This is season 10.
Season 10. So you got involved after it had already been on for 5 years.
Yeah, and I got involved in season 5. And, I'd never heard of it until then, but, it was 5 kind of obscure seasons on other networks and stuff. And then right around, season 6 or 7, ANBC picked it up, and it's just kind of been exploding ever since.
Yeah, it has become, as I said, a cultural phenomenon. Many of these Ninja Warrior athletes have become household names, and one of them now is sitting right here beside us. How are you handling all of the notoriety that you're getting now?
Oh, it's interesting. It's fun. It's a fun 15 minutes of fame, right? You get some kids who want some autographs. That's always makes you feel like a rock star when they do that. But whenever your head gets a little too big, you always walk in somewhere and somebody doesn't know who you are. And so that's fine. That keeps your head small a little bit. So it's been a blast. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just when you think you've arrived, there's always something that'll come along that'll knock you down.
That's right.
Down a peg. I'll never forget. Right after I lost my job at the Clemson radio station back in 2012, it was just a very few number of weeks after that. I was sitting at breakfast someplace one morning, and a guy walked up to me and he said, "Didn't you used to be Dan Scott?"
I still am.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, what he meant was, are you? What he was trying to say was, are you the Dan Scott that used to be on the radio?
Right.
But it came out, didn't you used to be Dan Scott? And I thought, man, if there's nothing more humbling that has ever happened to me in my life, that was it.
Yeah.
So there's always something that'll come along. I think it's fantastic, though, man. I think the notoriety that you're getting, the publicity that you're getting, that it's given this area, that it's given Furman. I mean, I know you've been written up in papers and websites, and television has done stories on you around here. It's just been a phenomenal run.
Thanks, man. It's I'm just as stoked as I can be. It's just really, really fun to be a part of it. I'm really glad.
When you set out to do this 5 years ago, what was your motivation?
Oh man, it was. Here's the sport I never had, and if I want to do it if I want to get involved and do it at any time in my life, I got to do it now before I run out of time, because I was in my mid-40s, man. You start feel age creeping up on you, and so I knew I didn't have long to do this, and I don't know how much longer I got, so I'm gonna milk it for everything I can and enjoy it as long as my body's gonna let me.
So at 49 years old, I mean, getting involved in something like this that late in your life is already enough of a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And now here you are as easily one of the older competitors. I mean, just a handful of people probably who are even above the age of 30 who are competing in Ninja Warrior. And you make the city finals at age 49.
Yeah, and then the national finals. And so, that was I'm really proud to be in that group. There's some great athletes out there. John Stewart, he's one of the older guys. I think he might be he's about 55, I think. And I love being in that crowd. I'm proud of it as I can be.
He is Bootie Cothran. He is Greenville's own American Ninja Warrior. When we come back, if all goes as planned, Matt Iseman, the host of Ninja Warrior, will be joining us on the phone for the next segment, and we'll continue talking Ninja Warrior stuff with Bootie Cothran, and we'll do it all when we come back in just a moment. Stay with us.
Hey, Furman fans, it's baseball season. Here at Ingalls, we know that as you root for the home team, sometimes you want more than just peanuts and Cracker Jack. And while we do deliver on your favorite ballpark classics, we're proud to offer a packed lineup of everything you need to make your next meal a home run. Ingalls, a proud sponsor of Furman Baseball and the official grocery store of Furman Athletics. Go Dins!
Life's healthier when you're backed by a Greenville Health System primary care doctor. Because then, the doctor that has your back is backed by the more than 1,000 physicians and specialists at the region's leading health system, all working together to bring you the right care in the right place at the right time. Great health starts with a GHS primary care doctor, and there are more than 200 of them conveniently located throughout the upstate, ready to see you. Find yours today at ghs.org/mydoctor.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together. Catering to the big moments, the little wins, the long talks, and the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Served with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
I was surprised recently when I learned that Americans spend $80 billion a year on illegal sports gambling. Sure, that's spread out over millions of gamblers, but still it makes you wonder where that money's coming from. Unfortunately, too often it's coming from money that was intended to buy groceries, pay the mortgage, or even put children through college. If gambling's had a negative impact on your life, call the SC Gambling Hotline toll-free at 877-452-5155. Help is confidential and available 24 hours a day. A message from the South Carolina Department of Alcohol and Other Drug Abuse Services.
We are back here on the Dan Scott Show. I am your host, Dan Scott, oddly enough. I told you before, I kind of keep it simple so I can remember the name of my own program. Don't forget about my friends at the Atlanta Bread Company right down the road from campus here. So many things to like about them. The bread that's baked fresh daily right there on site. Tremendous selection of soups, sandwiches, and salads. Hot coffee, and a bevy of other drink options, seasonal additions to the menu, and it goes on. And yeah, even though I'm not supposed to go anywhere near this particular counter, don't forget about all the fresh baked sweet goodies that they have right there. Atlanta Bread Company, if you have the app, by the way, you can order and pay online and then just walk into the store, breeze past the counter, go right to the pickup area, get your food, and breeze out again, and you'll be ready to go. That's the Atlanta Bread Company right down the road from campus here at Cherrydale Plaza. Tell them you heard about them here on the show. All right, Bootie Cothran is here, and we are going to the aptly named Celebrity Guest Line and welcoming in Matt Iseman, who is the host of American Ninja Warrior on NBC. Matt, welcome to the show.
Dan, I appreciate it, but let's be honest, the real celebrity is Bootie. Everyone's on his bandwagon here. I'm just the guy who gets to watch Bootie crush the course.
He has become something of a phenomenon, hasn't he?
It's amazing. I mean, Bootie's been coming out for a few seasons now on Ninja Warrior, and he's always been a favorite. But this year, and you know, we got to give credit to Furman football. They whipped Bootie into shape, turned him into a specimen.
I mean, I said earlier he only weighs like 12 pounds anyway, so it's not it's not like they had a whole lot of work to do on him. But yeah, he's been basking in the glory of his moment here, and we're all very excited about him. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. It's always fun. I'm getting ready. I'm out here in LA, and it's always Ninja Warrior's been such a blast. But tonight I'm getting to do a couple charity events. I'm working with some of the guys from Nitro Circus, and this weekend I'm heading out to DC to work with the Arthritis Foundation. There's a camp for kids for the juvenile arthritis. So, one of the great things with Ninja Warrior has been seeing how many people give back and how many causes. We had Kenny Nimitalo running with Bootie down in Miami, a guy whose daughter was saved through organ donation. And you just see the Ninja Warrior community it's such a positive place. And Bootie, nobody embodies it better than Bootie, man. Just the way that these people come together, support each other, and so much positivity flows out of it. It always makes my day knowing that the Ninja Warrior family's out there.
Well, you and I could just sit here and talk about him and watch him blush on the screen, but I guess I could actually let him say something, right?
I think that's incredibly right. That's exactly why I do it. That's why so many other people do it. Is because it's there's this positivity about it, and you can't help but want to be involved in it, and it just helps people out there trying to better themselves and better other people around them, and it's infectious. Yeah.
Matt, how, from your standpoint, how has this thing become such a phenomenon? Bootie and I were talking about it a moment ago. The first few seasons of this thing, it was basically on obscure cable channels, and there was you had to search to find it, and then NBC picks it up, and man, it just exploded. How did all of that come about?
Well, honestly, I think it's because of guys. Bootie's a perfect example because I always liken it to. When I'm up in the booth, I'm next to Akbar Bajbiamila. He's 6'6", 250 pounds. He has a six-pack. He played in the NFL. He's a specimen. We love sports. We love sports in America. And when we watch, you see someone like LeBron James, or you see some of these athletes, and we love watching them. But at the same time, no matter how hard we work, most of us, that'll never be us. When you turn on American Ninja Warrior and you watch the athletes, and you see Bootie, Bootie, you 49 years old, 106 pounds.
That's right.
He's not a traditional athlete, but you see him out there, and you see someone, and I think what happens is people at home see themselves in these athletes, whether it's Kenny Nimitalo out there, a concrete worker who's a father, or it's Bootie Cothran, or Casey Catanzaro or Barclay Stockett. They see these 5-foot-tall girls out there, and they see people who look like them. They see people who have jobs. They see people who are overcoming obstacles, not just on the course, but in life. And I think that's what people really respond to, is the stories and the fact that these are really everyday people who just through extraordinary dedication, through such hard work, learn how to overcome these obstacles on the course. And I think it's just this metaphor for what so many people face in life. And it's so awesome when you see someone like Bootie, who has really put the work in, who's such infectious, his positivity, the spirit with which he approaches it, and you see these stories, and it's magical. In Miami we had Gabe Stewart come. He was the teacher at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High, the Parkland tragedy, and you see a guy like this who comes out just months after what they went through and does it for his community, and gets through a few obstacles and just lifts up an entire town and an entire nation. And it's these stories of these incredible athletes, and that I think people just love seeing. They love this dose of positivity in a time when so many things are negative.
The other thing that I was thinking as you were talking about all of that, and I think everything you said is 100% correct. I think the other thing that plays into it is a sport right now that's still in many ways in its infancy, almost in its innocence. It has not been, and I put this word in quotations, ruined by big money, by professional athletes demanding bigger contracts and holdouts and free agency and some of the other things that are part of the everyday life of Major League Baseball, the National Football League, NBA, right on down the line. Ninja Warrior doesn't have any of those issues. I'm sure it has its own issues, but it doesn't have any of those issues. It almost still has something of an innocence to it.
Yeah, and I think what's crazy is that really comes from the athletes, from the ninjas themselves. Because when the show started out, we didn't know exactly what it was either. We understood the obstacle element. We understood that these athletes had this particular dedication, but we thought there would be more competition when there was a prize at stake. And we learned this, that the producers, the people who ran the show, we remember when we first started boot camp, and it was 15 athletes competing for 10 spots, and we thought this was going to be cutthroat. And we saw people who would fall on an obstacle, turn around and say, hey, you know what? I should have used a pinger move with my feet. Try that. And you're like, wait, you're telling someone how to do better than you, even though this could mean you going home. And we watched these athletes, and we learned. And the one thing we did was we were smart enough to listen to these athletes. And this was something that these ninjas had already. These athletes really brought to this sport that we were just smart enough to listen to. And it was that community and camaraderie. And I know Bootie experienced it. I think Bootie, your first season was season 5, which now seems like a long time ago. But at that point, you come out, and these ninjas embrace you. Yeah. And it's the same way Bootie has done it to the rookies and those who come out. You could come out there in your very first season and be with someone like Ryan Stratus, who's competed in every year. And he's not going to look down on you. He's going to reach out to you, and he's going to offer advice and support and make you feel like a part of the community. And once you're a part of this community, you're family. And it's just amazing seeing this community embrace these athletes, embrace, now we've got younger people. We're doing a kids version of it, and seeing how these people who maybe never had a home or who were used to things where it's more competitive or cutthroat or it's hazing or it's this beating down to see who's going to be the best, lifting each other up and being there to support each other. And you see it on the sidelines. These ninjas travel from city to city to support each other and to be there to celebrate with, to pick each other up when they fall and to celebrate when they win. And it's this unbelievable sense of community that's made it so special.
Yeah, that's what's the addictive part of it there. I remember you talked about season 5. When I first got down to season 5 in Miami, I can remember that vividly. And the one person that I knew from the show or face that I recognized from the show was Drew Dressel, and he was down there and he was giving tips right there as we were in the holding area and talking with people and chatting. And it was my first exposure to all that. And then right after that, I went up to Bobby Zavala's up in Nashville, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville, and he had a huge cookout and stuff up there, and everybody came from all around, and Travis Rosen was up there, and everybody, and you just get to meet everybody, and it's like, hey man, this is just incredible, too incredible not to be a part of.
It's incredible, and to see these gyms opening up, and to see Bootie and Brett and Grace Sims come together, and now open up this, they're going to be opening up a gym and to see how it really is spreading. And it is more than a TV show. It's more than a sport. It's a community. It's a family. And it's so awesome, to when we did this American Ninja Warrior Junior, to see these young kids, how inspired they've been by the show to get fit and to be healthier and to lead a healthier lifestyle and to learn it's okay to fall. And that was one of the great things was, with Ninja Warrior, everybody falls, but it's not failing as long as you get up, as long as you do your best. And when you watch Ninja Warrior, you realize, we love seeing people hit the buzzer, and for Bootie to get his first buzzer was awesome, and to make it to Vegas was incredible. But as Bootie, I think Bootie would be the first to tell you a lot of times what's more important are the obstacles you overcome off the course. Mm-hmm. And some of our best stories are people like Gabe Stewart, the teacher who got through 3 obstacles, and in doing so, had it was as great an inspiring story as Kenny Niumatalou, getting one of the faster times on the course with his daughter on the sideline. It's not how far you go; it's what you've done off the course to get there, and people understand that and people embrace it, and it's awesome seeing how people will cheer for someone. And Adina Stanger,
oh my
to
goodness,
get up out of a wheelchair and to get through. She didn't even get through an obstacle; she got through half an obstacle, and I just remember feeling like, that's one of the biggest victories we've ever seen on Ninja Warrior. This was a woman, when we first met her, we weren't sure if she'd even be alive. Now, not only is she still here, she's on the course. And those are the stories where you're like, it's such a great lesson in life when so often we feel like if you're not the best, if you're not first, you're last. And instead you realize, no, it's okay. We all fight our own battles. We all are at our own pace. And you don't have to be the best in the world. You just have to be better than you were yesterday, and that's a win.
We are visiting with Matt Iseman, the host of American Ninja Warrior via phone. Bootie Cothran, Greenville's own Ninja Warrior, here in studio with us after Monday night's show revealed what Bootie knew. And by the way, he kept he kept the rules. He kept the government secrets. Nobody here knew. He did not reveal that he had indeed made it to Vegas. He made us all watch and see that he made it far enough through the course at the city finals to advance to Vegas for the first time. Matt, what about what this has done for your career? Because this obviously has had a lot of major effect on you personally.
Well, it's been amazing. For a lot of people don't know I used to be a doctor. And, when in medicine you think you're going to have a career helping people and changing lives. And, I end up leaving. I move out to Hollywood. I do stand-up comedy. I end up hosting. And for me, what it's done, aside from the fact that, it's been my job now for almost a decade. We do a spin-off show, Ninja versus Ninja. We're doing a kids version. For career-wise, this has been my career for 10 years now. But what it's really done, I think, has been to give me this platform and to do something where you feel like, look, I'm not saving lives up there, but at the same time, when you see the story of Kenny Niumatalou and realize his baby girl, Hazel, she's alive because he came on the show, told the story that she needed a kidney, and a viewer donated a kidney. And then you see him out there running on behalf of other children who need kidneys, and you're like, this show is saving lives. This show is changing lives. And for me, that's been a much bigger boost because, as much as you want to worry about success, you realize what's really important in life. And it's been amazing to be a part of a TV show where you feel like you get to make a difference. And for me, obviously, I have rheumatoid arthritis. I've had cancer. I've had my own health scares, and I've worked with my charities over the years. I was on Celebrity Apprentice. I had a chance to raise $1 million for my charity. And I know to be able to give back, to be able to use a platform to give back is amazing. And what this show has done has allowed me to try to always give voice to so many of these stories. And that's why this weekend when I'm going out to D.C. to be with the Arthritis Foundation and to continue giving back and to use my status on Ninja Warrior to try to encourage people, these kids, to be fit and to tell kids. We have Abel Gonzalez, one of our top competitors, who has rheumatoid arthritis. And it's so much fun for me to be able to go out and look at these young kids who have arthritis and who are worried. They don't know what that means for their future. And to say, hey, look, you can be a Ninja Warrior like Abel Gonzalez. You can host a show like me. To have kids who maybe need a kidney, to see Kenny Niumatalou out there and a ninja is fighting for you. For people who are 49 years old, closing in on 50 like I am too, and to see Bootie Cothran out there who year after year gets better, and works harder, and trains with the Furman football team, and shows such passion, and ignites a community, and spreads this message. That's what this has done for my career, is given me this incredible platform to feel great about what I do and to feel like you are making a difference, and that you get to use this incredible, ridiculous Hollywood area for good. And that's been the best part about it.
I think Matt's getting a little fired up here. If Akbar was there beside him gesticulating and dancing and doing what he does, I think we'd have a show right now. Hey, I got to ask you, you can still find the early years of Ninja Warrior replayed on cable channels sometimes, and you'd go to break and you'd say, this is American Ninja Warrior, and now it's American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
So it's really funny. What happened is, and Bootie knows, when we tape, we'll tape, and now it's in the middle of the night, but you're taping for about 10, 12 hours. We'll start at 9 and go till the sunrise, at night, and we'll go back to back nights. And I'm very excitable, so I'm yelling. And so I by the end of a taping, and particularly, when we were in Vegas or when we used to go to Japan, my voice would get a little gravelly. So it gets a little more hoarse. And so one time, I think my voice was starting to go, and I kind of sounded a little hoarse, and I think I was actually really tired. And so they're like, and they said, you sound, when we did one of those, coming up next on American Ninja Warrior. Like, no, can you give us some energy, Matt? And so it started as a joke where I'm like, coming up next on American Ninja Warrior. And I really growled it to show my voice was hurting. And our showrunner at the time goes, perfect. Can you give us more? And I'm like, oh my God. And so that's really where it was born, was just, I was losing my voice. I was tired and they wanted more energy. I did it as a joke. They loved it. And it's become my signature.
It's fantastic. I love it. I imitate it all the time. I'm going to include it in my video for next year, I think. I'll do my own little rendition. I'm coming after your job, man.
Let's hear it.
American Ninja Warrior.
There it is. Well, one of the coolest things is when you see all these kids and they imitate the ninjas. They want to be Joe Dreschel or Jesse Graff or Bootie Cothran. But what I love is when I see a kid doing America, when I see a little kid saying it, I'm like, wow, that kid just imitated me. And it's so gratifying and flattering, and I always joke, like, for the little kids out there who want to be ninjas, there's hope. And for the little kids who aren't as good of athletes, you can be a host. So I always tell them, that's why I stick in the host booth. Bootie knows I've had my shots in the course, and they haven't ended well. So I leave the ninjas to the ninjas. I'll just stick to hosting.
Yeah, and you and Akbar, since he has joined the family, man, the chemistry there, and I know this as a longtime play-by-play guy at the Division I level here at Furman, at Clemson, among others. You have to have chemistry with your partner, and, man, you guys have it.
Well, the thing we really share is a passion for it, too. I think, I played baseball in college. Obviously, Akbar played in the NFL. What we appreciate the athleticism, but I think we both appreciate, again, we've overcome obstacles. I've had my health issues. Akbar, obviously, his family comes from Nigeria, grows up with nothing, and has his parents from nothing created this family, this incredibly successful 7 kids, raised wonderful children, and Akbar's doing the same with his kids, and I think that's what we appreciate. Both of us are so passionate about. We love the physical element of it. We love seeing these ninjas do well, but we really appreciate the sacrifice that the ninjas make off the course. And I think of Lance Picas, the Cowboy Ninja. And it's been amazing for us knowing these ninjas and then seeing the struggles and hearing Lance's wife Heather has multiple sclerosis and the battles they're going through, or Flip Rodriguez, who in 7 years in, he shares the story about that he was molested as a child, and the courage of him to share that story and the difference it makes for people out there who've gone through something similar. And I think that's why we get so excited and passionate, is because, and Bootie, for Bootie, how hard Bootie has worked to improve and to get better, and how much he's dedicated to this, and to see him get that buzzer and to know how many years of work are behind it. We love it. We're just fans. We're fans of these ninjas. We want them all to do well. We feel like it's a family. We're fiercely protective of them, and we love sharing the stories. And so I think we really, I hate telling NBC, I don't want them to know this, but we have such an easy job because all we have to do is watch these people do extraordinary things and do the same thing people at home are doing. Just sit back and marvel at them.
Yeah, that's why I say all of that wrapped in together has made this much more than a sport. It has truly become a cultural phenomenon. Yeah. Matt, listen, we appreciate your time. Before you go, though, we have given you access to our magic hopper here. We have a boatload of names that have been dropped into the hopper, and we're giving away tickets to see Sister Hazel tomorrow night at TD Stage here at the Peace Center in downtown Greenville. A little bit later on, we've got Marshall Tucker Band tickets we'll be giving away at the end of this month. But Sister Hazel tickets, and you are going to pull the winning name for us. So if you would, please do so and announce the winner.
I'm rummaging my hand here through the magic hopper, and the name is Angela Roberts. You are a Sister Hazel Ninja Warrior.
Beautiful.
Fantastic. Angela Roberts is our winner. Hey, Matt, thank you so much for your time. I know with the time difference out there, it was asking you to get up that early was a little bit of a stretch.
Well, it was a pleasure to do it, and it's a pleasure because, hey, I'm on the Bootie bandwagon. That's what we do. We get up early, we cheer, we support, and I'm thrilled to do it for my boy Bootie and to pay a little back to Furman. Dan, I know you're the voice of the Furman football team that helped Bootie get there, so it's my pleasure.
It's his world, man. We're all just living in it.
We are just living in it.
Y'all are too kind. Thank you, Matt.
Matt, thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one, guys.
All right, that was Matt Iseman, the host and the voice of American Ninja Warrior. We'll take a quick break and come back and give Bootie the final segment, and we'll wrap things up for this edition of the show in just a moment.
Holding, number 79, defense, first down. I'm also holding a party tonight.
Great call by the official. Looks like we've got another flag on the field.
Holding a Pepsi. Necessary refreshment.
Hey, Ted, bring some of that Pepsi to my party.
Pepsi and the NFL. Welcome to the Fun Doesn't End Zone.
When the Furman baseball team goes on the road, it travels safely, comfortably, and with the latest technology with Jeans Tours and Charters. Jeans has been a Furman favorite for decades and has serviced Furman baseball for over 20 years. Take it from head coach Brett Harker. Book your next road trip with Jeans. Jeans Tours and Charters, online at jeansbussvc.com or call 864-242-1673. Jeans Tours and Charters, servicing the upstate since 1980.
If you've been sidelined by an injury, the St. Francis Sports Medicine team is here 24/7 to get you back on the field. Our highly trained network of physicians, athletic trainers, and physical therapists treat all types of sports-related injuries, even those that don't occur from playing a sport. Call the St. Francis Hurt Line at 675-HU-RT for priority appointments or at-home advice. Again, that's 675-HU-RT.
We are back. Final segment of the program today, and our thanks to Matt Iseman, the host of American Ninja Warrior. And how exciting is it for Angela Roberts to have her name drawn and announced by Matt Iseman? Angela is the winner of our tickets to go see Sister Hazel tomorrow at the TD Stage at the Peace Center, and that concert starts at 8 o'clock. On Monday, we will give away a $100 gift card to Cabela's, and then we have other prizes that we'll be putting into the weekly drawing rotation, and we'll start giving away beginning Monday, 4 straight Mondays. How do you register? Well, you go to the new website, The Dan Scott Show,
which is pretty awesome, by the way.
Yeah, the folks at Carolina Creative did a fantastic job with it. You see it there on the screen, thedanscottshow.com, and when you go, there's going to be a little pop-up box that crops up. If you'll fill that out and do whatever it says there, you get automatically registered for our prize drawings. And up next, as you can see, a $100 Cabela's gift card. We have a Marshall Tucker Band tickets and some other prizes we're going to be giving away coming up over the course of the next month as well. But thedanscottshow.com, our brand new website. Go check it out and register there. All right, so now the preparation is on for Vegas, right?
Yeah.
When is Vegas?
So Vegas has happened. Vegas was filmed back in late June. And I'll give you just a little face to try to read and see if you can decipher anything from it, but I'm not going to give you anything.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to watch, though. It was great getting out there, hanging with everybody and seeing that. That's a little step up from the qualifying and city finals.
Little different course to look at in Vegas, right?
Yeah. But, yeah, it was a great experience, and just really excited about the show coming up. It should be August 27th. Should be airing NBC 8 o'clock.
And that's a multi-episode deal, right?
Yes, because there's 4 stages in Vegas. Stage 1 is a timed course, kind of a speed course. Takes about 2.5 minutes to get through, I think. And then stage 2 is a little more upper body intense, a little longer course, about 4 minutes to get through. And then stage 3 is very grippy and upper body and has no time on it. And then stage 4, of course, is the infamous 80-foot rope climb in 30 seconds. So we'll see. Exciting to see. So, yeah, they split that up into multiple episodes. Stage 1 should air, like I said, August 27th.
How was, without giving us the answers, revealing the secret, but how was the Vegas experience for you?
That was my first time being out there, man.
Ever?
Yeah, ever. So from Possum Kingdom to Vegas, there's a little bit of a there's a little I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Interesting comparison there. They do things differently out there.
I've heard that. I've heard that. That's why it has the nickname Sin City.
Yeah, it was wild. It was a great experience. So had a great accommodations there at the Palms Hotel there, and just all around, just a good time.
Did you catch any shows while you were out there?
I did not. I did not catch any shows. Not much time for that. I was focused on other things.
You were filming a show.
Yeah, that's right. I did get to ride the roller coaster through with my dad and my brother. That was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, the real roller coaster that's going through Vegas there.
Can you summarize what all of this has meant for you?
Oh man, I don't know if I could in any short amount of time. It's just every once in a while I just got to step back and just look at it in amazement and think about, it's the first season 5. After I fell on that third obstacle, I could have hung it up at that point and said that was fun. That was a fun little thing. I'll go about my life and do whatever I was doing at the time, and nobody would have blamed me. Nobody would have said, "Oh, you're a quitter" or anything like that. It was a fun experience, but I'm so glad that I stuck with it and that I found this community. It just drew me in, and I don't know, the universe just kind of opened up for me in that regard, and I've just been enjoying putting the work in and seeing it pay off. That's been one of the big rewards right there.
You mentioned last time you were here, Matt referenced it just a moment ago, the plans for the gym.
Yes.
How's that coming along?
That was fantastic. We're going to be open next year, and we're going to be in a building that's going to be over in the Haywood Road, Woodruff Road area, and it's going to be fantastic. Brett Sims, Grace Sims, Bob Reese, a parkour guy, a well-known parkour guy who lives here in Greenville too. We're all a part of this, and going to be putting together a fantastic facility. And they're popping up all over the country, and we're thrilled to be a part of it too.
I know a place
Spreading the love.
I know a place where you can get some really reasonable advertising.
Right on. I'll talk to you about that.
And then I guess, in a sense, since Vegas has already happened, the training is on for next year.
Yeah, I've taken a little bit of a break, eating a few donuts and pizzas, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I can tell. I hate guys like this. I can look at a pizza
Oh, man.
and gain weight.
Yeah, so it's I'm still working to not. I'm still working to be ready for it. Still prepping for next year. Absolutely.
You're trying to gain some weight to take off, right? Yeah, I get you. We'll set up Matt Iseman to come on and spend some time with us. He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
As you would expect.
Great guy.
And what this whole experience has done for you, I think is a microcosm of exactly what Matt was talking about. What American Ninja Warrior has become, and I'm just going to be interested to see where it goes from here and how long it can maintain that quote-unquote innocence that I talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think about that too. I wonder about that. It'd be interesting to watch the whole evolution of it go, and hopefully we can keep it on the right track.
Well, that'd be the plan, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right. That'll do it for us right now. If you want to follow, tell people how they can follow you. By the way,
I'm on
you
social media.
You didn't bring your hashtag again.
No, I didn't. Yeah, it's all kind of wrinkled up from all the travel. I got to get a new one made, but I can be followed on Instagram at Bootie Cothran, Twitter Bootie Cothran, Facebook is Bootie Bandwagon. I mean, you can just kind of find all those kind of search for me on those and easy to track down. Got a website, it's bootiecothran.ninja. How about that? A .ninja domain. Got a store with some merchandise on there that you can buy some T-shirts. I've been running out of T-shirts. Having made a new order yesterday, so all that's going real well.
Good deal. We hope people will check out all of those different ways, and then August
27th.
It's going
to be a Monday.
Will be the first of multiple episodes of the national finals in Las Vegas for American Ninja Warrior. Looking forward.
Yeah, between now and then they'll be doing just the rest of the city finals on Mondays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right. That is Bootie Cothran. I'll remind you once again to check out our new website, thedanscottshow.com, where you can register to win, and we'll give it away on Monday, a $100 Cabela's gift card. If you have questions, you can email dan@thedanscottshow.com. There's the Twitter. There's the Facebook, how you can follow us and become fans there. And I'll just go ahead and throw this little plug out as well. If you have a business out there and you'd like to advertise on this show and the website simultaneously, I would love to talk with you. And I have packages where you can do it for as low as $500 for an entire year. Give me a call. Dan at thedanscottshow.com. Email would be great as well. We'll look forward to talking to you about it. We will see you back here again on Monday as we start our daily shows and get ready to start cranking into football season. Oh, and by the way, as soon as this is done, when we go back to what's on the air at the campus radio station, WPLS-LP, and the Twitter site, which, by the way, if you just click Listen Live at the top of my website, that's what you hear. Starting right now on a continuous loop, all 8 wins in last year's football season. The game, what'd you say?
I said fantastic.
Yeah, game by game, beginning with Colgate. It all starts right now on a continuous loop until the season opener on September the 1st.
Love it.
Until then, until Monday, for Bootie Cothran, for Matt Iseman, I'm Dan Scott. God bless you. So long, everybody.